Greetings and thank you for listening. This is the APA 7th edition presentation on in-text or parenthetical citations. An in-text or parenthetical citation is when you're typing something inside your text, so inside your essay or another document, and you're using information from a source. This particular one is for a printed source with one author, but I'll also tell you how to change that if you are doing something that doesn't have page numbers. Please subscribe if you haven't already to support the channel. Okay, here's the source we're going to be using. This is the last name of the author, the first initial of the first name, the year. Here's the title. Notice that the title is not capitalized all the way, and that's because in APA, that's just not done. So if you'd had like responding to student writers and a colon in the title and then something that went after it, then you would capitalize the first letter after the colon. But otherwise, unless it's a proper noun, uh, the first one is capitalized. Then you have your period, and this is your publisher with a period also. Note that some instructors will ask you to copy and paste the link. I know that I do to whatever source you're doing, and sometimes scan in stuff. So just ask your instructor what they expect. The next part, this is the source we were talking about. This is a quote with a leading phrase or signal phrase. That is when you mention the author. So we've got according to Summers, here's the year. That's where that goes when you have a leading phrase. Here's the whole entire quote, responding to student writers in a conversation that begins in the classroom, and there's a page number, page 1. Now, if this had been an online source, maybe even an ebook, and it didn't have pages, then the difference between this one and the one that you would do for an online source with no pages is that this would be PARA period, all lowercase. So that's how you change it if it's an online source or anything that doesn't have pages. You would put the paragraph number. Now, if this is not in the first paragraph, obviously you're going to have to count your paragraphs down. But if this was the very first paragraph of an entire web page and you were doing something with no page numbers, it would be PARA period and the number of your paragraph there. And it looks identical. So here's the next one, a quote with no leading phrase. That means I haven't mentioned the author at the beginning. So I've written something and I've just decided to quote this right in the middle of whatever I've written, responding to student writers in a conversation that begins in the classroom. So is a conversation. And then you have the three parts that you saw earlier. And again, if this didn't have page numbers, you would do PARA period, and then you would put the number of the paragraph. This one is a paraphrase with a leading signal phrase. A paraphrase is when you rephrase something in your own words. It's usually the approximate length of the passage that you are paraphrasing. So they're sort of the same length when you finish them. This one is Summers with the year, and then asserts that a teacher's responses to the students' papers are received better by students when the process is discussed beforehand. And notice again, there's no page number or anything else after this. And the instructors may still ask you to do that though. So even though this is the proper way to do it in the APA, it really is up to your instructor. The next one is a paraphrase with no leading or signal phrase. The teacher's responses to the students' papers are received better by students when the process is discussed beforehand. Notice again, it still has the last name of the author and the year. And that is it. Thank you for listening. Please, if you have questions, post them below this video. I'm going to be making more videos that'll be pretty short on in-text and parenthetical citations. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.